Hi guys, I thought today we'd look at John Mayer's cover of Free Falling. There was a really sad news of Tom Petty yesterday, so I've been thinking about doing this cover for a while, so it seemed like a good time to do it. We're going to look at John Mayer's version from the Where the Light Is album. It's the same, it's basically a 3-chord song. John Mayer's just kind of put a bit of extra fingerpicking stuff, so we'll look at the intro in detail. We'll go through the fingerpicking pattern and a few variations that he has. And then we'll look at the strumming bit as well at the end. So let's go in for a close-up. Okay guys, so first things first, we've got our capper on the 3rd fret. And there's going to be some slap flick technique coming in later on. So if you don't know how to do that, I have a video on that already. So check that out. We go into lots of depth about how to do the slap flick and all the things you can do with it in your right hand. So we're going to start, it's a 3-chord song effectively. We've got D, but we're going to be playing D sus2 a lot. So instead of playing it the conventional way, just move your middle finger to the 2nd fret of the G. It's going to be a bit more comfortable. G and A. All the fingering is going to be a little bit odd at times, but we'll talk about that as we get to it. So the first bit, the intro. We're starting with that D sus2 chord. Thumb is going to be on the D string playing the bass. Middle finger is on the B, and we're going to play those two together. Then index on its own on the G, then thumb back to the D. Bass, then thumb comes to the 3rd fret to make the G. The other fingers stay where they are, and you pick all of them together. Thumb, index and middle. And now we're going to pick them all together again. Thumb goes back to F sharp. We finish on this A. When we play the A, the thumb comes to the A string in the right hand, and we're going to do a little bar of A. So it's the same 3 notes, but we do a 1st finger bar. You may also see, sometimes I like to do what we call a little bit of a forward roll. So move my fingers up, get my index finger in as well. And that's where you do a little triplet, so thumb, index, middle, ring, really quickly. That's just a bit of extra flair you can add in. Once you've played the A, we're going to go D, G, B. And when you hit the B string, so it's thumb, index, middle, then do a hammer on in the left hand to the 3rd fret. Same chord, we're going to go thumb to the F sharp. So thumb comes over, everything stays the same. Right hand, we're going to go bass, jump to the D, pick G, then B, then do a pull off on the B. Thumb comes up, or you can go over with your middle finger. You're going to pick a G, and then 2 open, B and G. Then we're doing the same thing, but this time G is slightly different. So it's that same chord we had before. D over F sharp, D sus2 over F sharp, A, remember to go to the A string in your right hand, then do the same little hammer on, so it's the same as before. So we'll go to that point, we do all the same thing again. Then there's a slight variation. Thumb comes forward to the G, put your 1st finger in the 3rd fret of the B, ring finger in the 5th fret, pick the bass and the 5th at the same time, pull off to the 3rd. Same pick with the G. You can keep your 1st finger there so you get a high note, or you can take it off, whichever you prefer. Then it's the same again. And then we're into the verse. So I'll just do one quick slow playthrough of that. That didn't make a lot of sense, quick slow playthrough. We're going to play a slow playthrough. Obviously, as you get more confident with it, you can start adding in your own bits. I like to add in a couple of slaps where you can add in a few extra notes and stuff. For the verse, we're going to be looking at the same 3 chords. And then there's a few variations around it, but that's the basic pattern. So we've got our D over F sharp to a G. It's going to go 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. We'll talk about that rhythm a bit more in the strumming bit. But so it's D sus2 over F sharp again. You're going to pick that thumb and the 2 index and middle together. They come together a lot in this. And then you're going to pick index on its own. Then this slap flick comes out, so slap with your thumb. I like to flick with both my fingers in this song just so they can stay together. And you're really aiming for the G and the B again. If you get a few of the other notes in, all adds to the flavour. So it's pick, index, slap flick, then we come up to the G, pick, thumb and index and middle together. And that's another index pick, slap flick, middle, index. He has a few variations, so there I picked the middle again rather than going to the index. All these things you can play with whichever sound you like. So that'll be the high one. That's the G string. Obviously change it up as you go through the song, just don't keep playing the same thing, it makes it more interesting. So that's the first half. That's pretty much the same as the intro. So we've got G, ring fingers playing the 3rd fret of the B, thumb on the bass, D sus2 over F sharp, picking that A on the with the little bar. Then straight after that pick he brings in this 3rd fret of the B again, and you're going to pick that with your middle finger. So far we have I missed a note in there. So yeah, it's not exactly the same as the intro. We're going to go G, D over F sharp, and then you do that slap flick on D over F sharp as well. So pick, slap flick, pick the A, pick the 3rd fret. And the very last bit, pick the A string, slap flick. Then this is slightly tricky, takes a bit of practice. Slap flick, immediately come back and pick with the middle to pick the B string. And then hit the G to finish. So I'll just play through that second bit again. All together nice and slow. Quicker. And then there's a bunch of variations with that. You can add in your own. That was quite a nice one, so we're doing the same thing here. And now we bring in the little finger to get the full G. And we're using your ring finger in the right hand. You can pick all 3 or just the top 2, whichever you prefer. All the pattern can be the same. You can swap it and do the same thing but go ring and middle, or you can just play the same thing. When you then pick down, if you go for a full D, you can get that, which is a little bit different. Apart from that, basically playing around with whatever you like with the extra picking notes, you can just pick whichever notes. If you make the full chords, just play around with what you like there. We'll just look at the strumming pattern, which gets in towards the end of the song. that's what I play. It's pretty close to what he plays, but again, you can play around with these things. John Mayer doesn't tend to stick to one specific rhythm, so you can kind of play with that. If we look at where the count comes, we've got D, we're going to go 1, 2, G on the third beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the first half. 1 and, so when you come back to D, 1 and 2, 3, 4, when you hit 3 here on A. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. And then you're just starting to add things in. So I go down, up, G, up, down, up. So we've got down, up, G, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, that kind of thing. But you can play with whatever you want, just keeping it in that beat, that's the important thing. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. There's also a cover I've done of Free Falling on YouTube, so feel free to check that out. Any comments, things that are going well, things that could be done better, all those sorts of things, let me know. Any requests, I'll try and get them done. And yeah, got some new songs coming out in the next month or so, so stay tuned for that, and we'll have another thing again soon.